Okay, so dear Dharma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound, mentally relax your body, relax your mind, and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully Enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, in these ongoing meditation sessions, we mainly try to give some basic informations for yourself to develop very clear spiritual foundation with practicing meditation. So when it comes to meditation, as you know, there are many methods. And even though that we use different methods, that you have to remember the very purpose of this all, there are three things you have to develop. And fundamentally, the change should come to you in three ways. So one is, it should increase your awareness, not decrease your awareness, not destroy your awareness. Whatever the meditation practice, it should increase, uplift your awareness, expand the strength of your awareness. So then you can see yourself. Another one is, it should cultivate your loving kindness and compassion, not the anger, hatred, or the jealousy. So the more and more it should bring the harness to you, it should bring the connection and deeper understanding. And the third one is, it should bring the wisdom. So here the wisdom doesn't mean this conventional level of knowledge. That is important because we use this practice with this conventional knowledge. But end of this, you have to go beyond this conventional level of understanding. And there is a more deeper wisdom you can achieve when the mind become calm down and become sharp and clear. When you get out of your own point of view or the self-centered mind, deeply you can get into the very fundamental nature of this all. So that is a different wisdom. So those are the three layers that you have to master by practicing whatever the meditation. So then it is your responsibility, by the time you have to look into yourself and see, are you gaining some kind of success? So when it comes to meditation, we call it the mental culture, development of mind. So those are the three ways. There are many other ways that we explain. So today, we take these three layers and remember yourself then. This is one kind of measurement that you can apply to yourself and see whatever the practice. And at the same time, you can have a kind of like a map yourself with your own practice, how to develop yourself. Awareness, loving kindness and compassion, and the wisdom. So that wisdom, so the awareness has a way in conventional level. As an ordinary person, with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind in the present moment, when you have the awareness, it gives you more deeper understanding, and it make you kind of like a more grounded person to go with the present moment of situation. Rather than escaping from life, rather than get lost with the imagination, you become more realistic. So that is one thing with the awareness. So that's why tuning to the present moment, little by little, strengthen this awareness. So that's why your practice need that the kind of like effort to be there, because by the time what happens, that once you start from the beginning, you don't feel that much awareness. But if you keep continuing, what happens is start to become stronger. This is the very nature of mind. So whatever you start to practice, it becomes stronger. It start to go deeper. So the awareness is there. You can't bring it from outside. Already you have the awareness. But it scattered, it's everywhere. So then practicing meditation means you find the pieces inside and you bring it to one place with the conscious decision. Otherwise, if you look very carefully, that you have the awareness as ordinary people, we all have awareness. And sometimes our awareness is with unprofitable things for an unwholesome action. Once a while, maybe for a wholesome action. Once a while, maybe our awareness clinging to some kind of profitable skills. So what you do now, to brush up yourself as much as keep the awareness according to your conscious decision. So that's why from the beginning, we take this very ordinary level, conventional level of information. So that's why we need the primary mental object. So you can take anything as primary mental object. So we take the breathing, observing the breathing. So when you develop the awareness, always you have to remember you can work with it in many different ways. The very reason sometimes, because now you are, just imagine your mind everywhere, your awareness here and there jumping is kind of like we call it like a monkey mind. And then now you start to focus. So that focusing for some people not going to work suddenly. They feel kind of like a disappointment, unhappy, and it make them angry. Why? Because then so much, the deeper energy start to have kind of like a turbulence. Why? Because your mind never used to focus. It always used to be it's kind of like a wild animal. Wild animal run here and there, but if you start to tight, what happened from the beginning? Jump here and there and try to escape. So the mind also sometimes like that. So then you have to take it easy. when you start to focus, if you feel kind of like a deeper discomfort arise in you, anger arise in you, resistance arise in you, more kind of like a turbulence happens, you take it easy. So that deeper understanding your own inner behavior is a part of meditation, part of recognition. Because now you see how your mind react, how your mind work. It give a deeper understanding to yourself. So one of the result that we gain when we start to practice meditation, we recognize we don't have this sharp, clear awareness. That is a good point for you to know that, because otherwise you think the mind can be there whenever you want, but it's not like that. If you don't train, if you don't understand it, sometimes your own mind, because it work according to the cause and conditions. So that's why you recognize it and you start to practice. Now you know your behavior, inner behavior. And little by little, you start to work with it. So when you practice with that, remember, tranquility meditation, you can work in many different ways. So some people can practice focusing to breathing directly. But some people kind of like, they can't have this tunnel vision kind of like awareness. So then you have to slowly let everything to settle down, and you become mindful, and you have the awareness, and let the breathing to happen itself, and you just know it. Rather than deeply, directly focusing to it, you just know it. And that maybe bring a little bit more comfort for you to rather than kind of like holding your awareness. So then itself will help you to little by little, go into deeper. But you have to be very careful. Why? Sometimes your mind start to, your deeper inner behavior start to use it, this easy method. And then it's again start to go away. Here and there jump. So that's why once a while you have to be hard on you when you practice meditation, but not all the time, because this is not a kind of like a military practice. This is more deeper. We have to go with our understanding. So that's why you can practice according to your personal character, behavior. You can see what kind of method that work for you when you practice. You have that freedom. But you have to remember, end of this all somehow, your measurement should be, your awareness should be sharp and clear, and when you take a conscious decision, and you can be with it. If you can be like that way, then keep practice, be there. Then you will see. And once the awareness becomes sharper, solid, clear, once your mindfulness becomes stronger, that your understanding become more deeper, you become more matured with the moment of understanding. With your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perception. It's not a kind of like a very shallow level of emotional base understanding. You go more deeper. So that bring the connection to the outside world, and you recognize it is not separate from you. So this is a place that it's kind of like when you become mindful, when you have the more clear awareness, you have a bridge to the world, more stronger bridge. Why it is necessary? Because we live with people, we live with things. Just this is not only self-centered practice. That of course your calmness, your happiness is very necessary. It important for you. You have to take actions. But at the same time, now you see this inner turbulence. When you practice with the awareness, you see this inner turbulence and how this aggressive mind sometimes work. And then, but still you are capable to recognize it and work. And you recognize you can't focus clearly. You recognize your awareness is not that much sharp or the clear. You don't have that much deeper mindfulness. So understanding that will help when you work with other people. Sometimes they go mad. They're not going to do the things exactly the way you want, maybe. Most of time, we get disappointed because of other people. So then that understanding is very necessary for you, because if you get disturbed because of others, it is not good, but it happens to us. So then this deep awareness, this understanding will help you to recognize other people. And when they go unbalanced, you are more capable to find the balance. When they go mad, disappointed, unhappy, sad, worry, you are capable to keep your balance. This is happened because of as a power of the strength of the awareness. And because you gain the more clarity and you become more matured. Like sometimes, parents, sometimes when the children cry for unnecessary things, sometimes the parents don't care about it. But when the child cry because of the hunger, even sometimes, wherever they are, wherever the mother, sometimes even the very public place, like in the airport, even in the flight, or maybe driving on the freeway or anywhere. But somehow, your parents try to give you something. Even the mother try to breastfeeding. But sometimes when they know it is not that much, you just cry for something, invalid, not that much important, they don't care. So how it happened? Because they have the compassion, and at the same time, they have some kind of deeper, matured understanding. So like that, what happens when you start to work with other people, and you recognize their behavior, their anger, hatred, jealousy, unbalance, disappointment, criticism, and but at the same time, you become matured with yourself deeply, and you know if it is an important thing or not. If it is not important thing, you keep your balance. At the same time, if it is something need attention, then you put the attention, because you deeply understand it. And you are not anymore disappointed because of that other's behavior. So that's a kind of like open you to have the loving kindness and compassion. It is not blind, and at the same time, you are not going to get hurt out of it. And it become more deeply matured. And deeply you have some kind of wisdom, not just the shallow level of understanding. So this both important for our conventional level of life. And then the wisdom path. So the wisdom here doesn't mean that we learn by school, because you have to remember, when it comes to this Buddha's teaching, the Buddhism is mainly not belong to religion. It not belong to any kind of culture or the tradition, or it's not belong to any kind of sector. It's more deeply connected to the understanding truth without becoming biased to any method or any pattern. So that freedom, even understanding that you have to detach from this, a very kind of like a conventional level of boundaries. So what happened when the awareness becomes sharp and clear, when the mind becomes stronger with the mindfulness practice, you start to go deeper and recognize the very bottom level of nature: impermanence, unsatisfactory nature, and selflessness. So once you have that understanding, because it's coming within yourself, that whatever you observe as a primary mental object, it change. And then the observer also change. Uh, it's kind of like from the beginning, you feel kind of like a inhalation, exhalation, rising and falling. But by the time you start to feel kind of like a flux, you feel kind of like the ocean, and you don't feel that separation with the inhalation or the exhalation. And you start to feel the change. And that change just move forward. It's not a kind of like a two-way, it's a one-way. You're falling towards your change, everything, not only just the mind. All the perception that you perceive with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, and all the objects, and all this the subject experience, that's everything. Even the experiencer, that everything changing to the forward at the same level of speed. So then there is no something to hold. So it's kind of like you dissolve this mental structure or the names and forms, and you dissolve all the preconditioned mind, and just experience the change. So when it comes to that, this anything, even though this everything look like solid, this everything change at the same speed, and there is no reverse. It's all move forward. Nothing going to go back. So once you come to that, this holding, grasping, clinging nature not going to happen in you, because you know there's nothing to hold, there's no one to hold, even you can't hold anything. Why? Because my hand change to the same speed like this change. So then when I change it, when I hold this like this, even though I think I am holding this, my hand and this stick, this both change at the same speed, then what happens? Which one I hold? What I hold? After 10 years, if I keep holding, after 10 years, what happened? My hand also 10 years old, and this also 10 years old. Conventionally, I think I'm holding this, but we can't hold anything in this world. So mentally, you deeply understand this. Once you come to that level, anymore, you not go backward. It become a kind of like an irreversible experience. And once you have that, that's the ultimate wisdom that you can gain with this practice. And that experience will take you to the ultimate goal of Nibbana. So with that, let's get into practice a little bit now. So your right palm on your left and neck get straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So bring your attention to your body and scan head to toes yourself and say Sopatveva. Oh, may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. So when it happens through the sensation, recognize it, be aware about it, and do nothing extra. So if your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again, gently settle down. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward, visualize yourself and send it as a light. To your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward, and upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammihi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhuta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe satta numodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. නාය ධම්මානුධම්ම පටිපත්තියා බුද්ධං පූජේමි ධම්මං පූජේමි සංඝං පූජේමි අත්දායයි මාය පටිපත්තියා ජාති ජරා ව්‍යාධි මරණං හා පරිබුඤ්ජිස්සාමි ඉදම් මේ පුඤ්ඤ කම්මං ආසවක්ඛයා වහං හෝතු සබ්බ දුක්ඛා පමුඤ්චතු. Bless you.